Recap, Family Reunion 2021. The excitement as the family of the Alliance came together. First agency manager dinner, what happens? A whole new, improved promotion schedule. Megan Wood gets up here and gets a new all-expense-paid trip because she's issue paid over $500 million in less than half of a year. And then she talks about how she did it. Then what do? We roll in the CEO of Integrity Marketing, Brian Adams. What's next? Unbelievable. Brian Tracy shows up. So people are bouncing off the walls. We think it can't get better. But Vanilla Ice, Rob Van Winkle, shows up. So he agrees to an interview. He comes back out with his whole music entourage. People knew the songs, they were breakdancing, and this is the first night. This is the first night, and people are losing it. What happens the next day? How do you top it? I got an idea. Let's give away $100,000 on stage to the people that brought the most organizations to the meeting. If you missed it and you want to be at the next one, I highly recommend you sign up quickly. We're going to invest heavy. We're going to go big. Family Reunion was incredible. Family, the friends, the association, the food, the education, and the entertainment. What kind of a package is that? National convention. Off the charts, baby. I will guarantee you. Come see it. See you then. World, watch. You're going to see something you ain't never seen before. Is about ready to see what the Alliance can do, baby. Alaska, baby. The last great frontier. Maybe, I don't know, Alaska. It's cold up there, that's why I got my jacket on, and they got ice glaciers. We're going to cruise Alaska. It's not just a cruise, it's a journey. The ovation of the seas. We are going cruising. And where are we going while we're cruising in Alaska? Juneau. Yes, I know, it's Juneau. It is the largest capital in the United States of America. You're gonna see orcas, you're gonna see humpback whales, you're gonna see them sea dogs, you're gonna see the sea sails, you're gonna see everything up in Juneau, because Juneau. Have you ever been dog sledding? You get on the back of the sled. Or you're down like this right here. You like this right here. There's a country song that says, if I never get to see the Northern Lights, I bet you go on this cruise, you're gonna get to see the Northern Lights.
Now, let's hear it for our host, our President and CEO, Andy Albright!
Thank you, Billy. Good to be on here with some winners. And I'm excited to talk to y'all. I'm going to learn a lot from y'all. Hopefully, I'll give you a tip, something that can help grow your business faster. I posted a new speed leaderboard. I have not posted it on private Facebook. I have posted it on agency managers only, but I will get it posted on the Facebook maybe during this call. What I saw was Alex Abian has now broke the record for getting 2 legs too deep. So this leg went 2 more deep. This leg went 2 more deep in 5 days. Okay. The previous record held by the Carries at 11 days. Michelle Colin also tied for the record now at 5. Boom, boom, in 2 different legs. Now, Avian's, I don't know which 2 legs went boom, boom, but I bet you one of them was Mike Leventovich. I don't know, because that's a massive leg under Avian. And then he's got Patrick Connors. Odds are it was Patrick went boom, boom. Might have even been Dennis Lyons, who's on here. Or it could have been this new leg that Avian has smoking. But either way, 2 legs got boom, boom, 2 fast tracks deep in 5 days. Avian, good job. I don't see Michelle on here yet. And I don't know. I know she was running around doing some stuff. I spoke to her earlier today. And yesterday when I flew into Florida, she had about 7 studs in the office, and they were all jumping out of their skin excited, mostly under her brother, Jason. So I don't know what 2 legs. She don't have as many legs as Avian. So it's brand new. It's brand new legs growing. It's not existing legs, because she just didn't have much of a organization. It was mainly her selling. There's another guy named Devin Himchand. Michael Hartley, is that in Colin's group, or is that a different organization?
That's in Colin's group in depth.
Okay. So she had 2 legs go too deep, and one of her organizations, Devon, went too deep in 2 legs. Y'all, you get the concept of that? Not only did she have 2 legs go deep, but one of her legs had 2 legs go deep. This is good. This is good for Michelle Colin. Joe Dukes, Devon did it in 7 days. Joe Dukes and Venus, apparently 2 legs went 2 more deeper in fast track. Do you know for sure which 2 organizations that's in, Joe, or what would you guess the organizations that went boom, 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 boom?
I would guess one is the Nelson team. We got Brandy on here. And then the other, I'm thinking, is actually New Width that we have.
I was thinking Brandy was on here.
She is.
What number?
I think she's not. Look.
I don't see her on here,
Oh.
but that don't mean she didn't have one leg go too deep in fast tracks.
Right.
And,
she did have one leg go too deep there.
So she's one of them. Is she direct to you, or is there anybody in between?
Venus actually hired Brandy.
Okay, so Venus, then Brandy, and then Brandy. Brandy, who are the 2 people that you went fast track back to back? Do you know?
I think it's Renee and Julie.
Was it Renee and Julie?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, Joe.
It's Renee and Julie.
Okay.
They're direct. They're her direct to Brandy and Eric. Eric is Brandy's husband. They are a rock star team.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. So I tried to pick people that were high on this list, doing really well. Dennis, the last time he had 2 was 26 days ago, or it took 26 to get 2 legs too deep. And Dennis is on here. I want to talk to Dennis. Oh, John Abear. I've got a question, John. Can you unmute? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Andy. Thank you.
Okay. So every Wednesday, I'm going to try to do some teaching, and I try to get right down to the point and where people can take it and use it and make some more money with it. Sometimes we do some psychological stuff that helps people. But this one today is going to be really down to the brass tacks, down to where we make the money. All right. So I'm looking at your group, and I'm about to jump out of my skin excited, but I said, wait a minute, calm down. Let's make sure we understand. Because there's a guy we call Dr. Phil, and his last name's Abear. He's related to you, right, John?
Yes, sir. He's my son.
You go by John, right?
Yes.
And you are hired by Phil.
Philip, right.
Philip. You call him Philip.
Right.
We call him Dr. Phil.
I do too, sometimes.
I don't think he's got a doctorate degree.
No, but he does have a few degrees.
He's got several degrees, but not a doctorate.
Right.
Now, there's a guy named Chris Abear on here. Do you know that dude?
That would be my brother.
So you hired your brother?
Actually, Chris Abear is the one that actually got my son and I to really get into this business.
Well, how'd you get him under you?
Dr. Phil, I guess.
Well, Michelle Colin was hired by her brother Jason, but he disappeared. So when he came back under Michelle Colin. And now that's good for him. You say, no, he had Michelle. Because now Michelle is hiring people for him and helping him like crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So do you really think, Paul, you might clarify this. Do you really think that Dr. Field talked to his brother and said, listen, you don't need to hire me. And then Dad, you need to go down under Dad. You think, hey, you can do that if you can talk him into it. Is that what happened?
No, what Papa Bear means is Chris Abear, Uncle Chris is what we call him. He was at Primerica, and Dr. Phil was on Chris's list, and so was Papa Bear. And so then Phil came over here and of course brought his amazing father. And now we got Uncle Chris.
Okay. So basically Phil recruited him over here.
Yeah. But he was saying Uncle Chris is the reason that they're even in how it all began.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So this is called clarification, which most people don't do. Just, we can't figure out where we're going to get to until we figure out where we are. And so I am super, super excited about this leg that Phil hired his dad, who hired his uncle, or Phil hired his dad, who hired his brother,
Right.
which is Phil's uncle. Are we on the same track now?
Yes.
So I was looking, listen to this, Avian. This organization did $122,000 and 122,606 last month. That is smoking. Okay. And that's not Dr. Phil. That's just John Hebert, not Dr. Phil. It's just John. And when I pull up this organization, first of all, I don't know if you can see, but when it looks more like a Christmas tree, that's a good organization. See? If
Yes,
it's
sir.
all the same color, that's boring. You with me? But when you get some yellows and reds and pinks and blues and purple, I even take a Carolina blue when I'm looking at this thing. And some of y'all know I am not a big Carolina blue fan. But if I get a Carolina blue, because what does Carolina blue means? It means they carrier contracted and they've produced in the last 61 to 121 days. Now, I like green better. Because green is they got contracted and they've produced in the last 31 days, meaning, you know, they're fresh. They're brand new right in business. They ain't been around for 2 months. They're brand new. So it turns out that Uncle Chris, is that what you say we call him, Paul? Uncle Chris,
Yes.
he got a green down in there. So if I was trying to give Paul a boost, I would go down this line and I would say, first of all, I might go to Uncle Chris and say, Uncle Chris, who do you think's the best person underneath you? Like the craziest, most fanatical. Or I could go to John, and say, John, who do you think's the best under Uncle Chris? You with me? Or I could just go to the deepest point and just start making phone calls. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, I would probably call this Richard guy, or either Sherry, or Shannon, or Jacob. I want to tell y'all this. I was talking to somebody today, or yesterday, my time flies, and I was asking them about their group because they told me somebody was under somebody, and I go, no, they're not. And they said, yeah, they are. I said, not on this drawing. So I took a screenshot and sent it to them. They said, well, I don't usually look at drawing. I just draw my stuff out. And I said, I'm proud of you for drawing your stuff out, drawing your organization out. But you need to look at this and see what it's saying to make sure it's right. Because then something happens later on. You're talking about, well, it was messed up. And I'll be like, well, you should have known it weeks ago and got it straightened. Like, I want to tell y'all something, Joe, Paul, Brandy. I'm obsessed with this business. I was reading last night. I might have to go get it. It's a great book. It was about staying in love with your spouse. And it said, do you remember when you were first dating and you were obsessed with what she was thinking, what she liked, if there was any anniversary, you were obsessed with this spouse? And I was thinking to myself, I still am. But I was thinking, honestly, I was probably more obsessed when we were dating. Okay. Now, so I'm thinking I got to stay in that obsession mode. Like, wondered if Jane is watching my Zoom. Watch what you say. We don't want to make her mad. Say something good about her. We want to make her happy. And what happens is when people get married, they don't even remember when their anniversary is. And they plan for it 2 days or 1 day out. Versus when you're first dating, you're thinking all the time, like, oh shit, anniversary coming up in 12 months. What could I get set up? We started dating 2 weeks ago, 12 months from now. What can I do? What does she like? What color she like? What's her favorite flowers? The more obsessed you are, the more you think and plan. Okay. So here's what my routine is. Okay. Now let me tell you this. My highest ROI product, John, is me talking to you one-on-one. Talking to you right now, John, don't count. Now, talking to you right now is better than if I had nobody on the screen and I was just thinking about you, because you would think I was talking about Osuna, or you'd think I was talking about somebody else. But right now you're going like, he's talking to me. Oh yeah, he's talking to me. So if it was just me and you on the phone, you would be like, he's talking to me, and we're talking to each other. So that's my highest ROI. Okay. Now, so here's kind of a question, John. It's just a random question, but it's not a random question because my questions seem random, but I'm thinking, do you think any of Uncle Chris's people are on the call? Do you think?
Yeah, I'm almost positive.
Who would you say is most likely to be on the call? I'm looking at the group now. Dr. Chris, Eric Fuller.
Eric Fuller, Jen, Richard Southern, Chris, my brother.
Okay. All right. So I've also got, I don't see Mike Mauricio on here. I thought he was going to jump on. I've got Dennis Lyons' group pulled up. So if I go over here and I'll go like, all right, let me back up to Dennis. All right, I got you, Dennis. Looks like Compton is your smokingest leg. He wrote $8,000 last month. You wrote 14. No, he outwrote you.
He outwrote me.
He did. That's good. You got.
Yeah, I had a heart problem.
Sir?
I had a heart problem. So
you got heart problems. You almost died, didn't you?
Yeah, it was okay. I'm here. God saved me again.
You know what? If you're gonna go with an excuse, almost died because your heart stopped, that'd be a good one to go with.
It would be it. Yeah.
Last month, I've been using COVID as my excuse. Everybody believes that one. It might be easier to get them to believe COVID. It is. I had a heart attack and almost died.
They were disappointed I didn't have it, but Jose is on fire.
Okay. And the only reason is because you had a heart problem.
Maybe so.
Hey, man, welcome to glad you're alive.
I'm glad I'm alive, too.
Didn't that happen?
And thanks for inviting me to this call. I can't believe I'm sitting here with these people. Oh, my gosh. All my heroes. Well,
I can't believe it either. Not about you, about me. Can't believe I'm here with these studs and studettes. Did you happen right after the convention?
So it started up just before the convention. I was coming to the convention, but ended up in the hospital like 2 days before. So
did you have so what did you have? What kind of heart was it? A heart attack or?
No, fortunately they stopped it before I had a heart attack. I had some major blockages in the lower part of my heart. Fortunately, I didn't need open heart surgery. I got stents, but I have some kind of other electrical issue going on. They're still fighting with. So, so we'll see. We'll see where that goes. I went from 1% blood flow to 100%. I'm excited. So
1% blood flow to 100%. That's a big increase.
Yeah.
You know, it is crazy though. One of the reasons you're growing, Dennis, is simply because you say, well, I did have a heart attack. A lot of people just kept talking, let me beat the snot out of them. And then like I hang up and then somebody texts me and say, you know, he about died of a heart attack last month. I'll be like, well, if I knew that, I wouldn't have been beating the snot out of him because he beat by Jose.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I'm old enough to know life is up and down. If something knocks you down, I'm not going to lay there. I got to get back up and push on through. I've always got something more to learn, something more to do.
My point, Dennis, was communication.
Mm-hmm.
You went, I had a heart attack, right? And I was like, oh, that's right, he did. But now, trust me, there is a chance that I didn't know about it at all. But your upline did let me know.
Yeah. Well, you and Jane especially. Oh my gosh, support to my wife.
It's
incredible.
Jane. It's Jane.
She's awesome.
It's Jane. Yeah. It ain't me.
She has gotten prettier to me over the last few weeks. I'm just telling you.
It's actually been over 3 months, but just whatever. But for you, it's 2 weeks. But for me, it's the last 3 months. She got a lot prettier. Okay. So Jose is smoking. So is any of the people in Jose's organization, you don't know, do you think they're on the call?
I believe, yes. I believe we have a new recruit in Washington State who's on the call, who is in school.
Who's that?
And moving along really well through class. She signed up, started class that night. So
who is that? Do you know?
Lynette, and her last name escapes me at the moment, but great woman. Her daughter joined right away, is downline from her. And she'll be adding family members also.
Yeah. Dennis looks like a Christmas tree too. It just ain't as big, but it still looks like a Christmas tree. See that?
It's going to get bigger.
See, my question is, out of these 4, the green, the yellow, the orange over there, any of them like it's here? It's like, okay, let's back to obsession. Listen, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but if this was my group, I could probably tell you every single one of them's phone number. I could tell you if they're on the call or not on the call, if it was this small. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like I would be freaking obsessed. And those of y'all that know when I call you and I'm telling you, I'm talking about your business, you're almost like, sometimes I know more about a little guy's business than he knows about his business. And I'm like, it's because I'm on WhatsApp. I'm looking at the private Facebook. I'm looking at, your upline texting me. I better check it out. He'll probably have critical information. Critical. Yep. He said Leanna Risto and her daughter Nicole are direct to Joe Jose. All right.
Jose.
Patrick's a little bit of what do you call it? Obsessive too.
I know Patrick.
Upline. He's obsessive. I'm obsessive. Okay. All right. So looking down in here, I don't see their names. Let me ask you this. Denise and Patrick, you can answer this too, since you're listening. Denise, Erica, Stephen, and Chris. Is there which one of those 4 would you be most excited about?
Stephen.
Would you be more excited about the mother-daughter than you are Stephen?
I would.
Stephen's Carolina Blue. Carolina Blue means that he sold something, but he's been with us for more than 61 days.
Correct.
All right. So this, this kind of call that I'm doing, I could be embarrassed. I could mess up really bad. I could make somebody mad. The more direct and the more, like I'm talking to John, I'm talking to Dennis, and I'm like, your downline beat you. And he's like, well, I did have a heart attack. Oh, yeah. Right? But if I don't say that, then I don't hear anything. And by the way, the numbers be the numbers. You could be like, well, what happened is my number 1 quarterback broke his knee. I go, oh, that is true. Well, does that matter? In other words, the numbers still be the numbers, right? You shouldn't, people shouldn't get offended when you call their numbers out. People say, don't discriminate against me. And I go, hey, you made like 2,000 sales last month. That's not that good. Like, we have people that don't even speak 27 words of English, sold 7,000. And I'm just saying, we got tons of leads. And they go, well, you're discriminating me. I don't even know what color you are. I don't know whether you're a girl. I don't know if you're, I don't know. I'm just looking at the numbers. The numbers are non-discriminatory. Make sense, Brandy Nelson? Like, I didn't say, well, she's not a guy, I'm not talking to her. You come on board and kick ass, we're going to pay you. I don't care. You with me? I'm looking at you. I don't know what country you're from. I don't know if you're from here. I don't know if you're an import, export, immigrant. What word? People say, well, you look at it. She's like, I don't know. I can't tell. I know this one girl. She looks like she's from South Carolina. She's from Mexico. Her daddy from Mexico, mom from Mexico. Look like she's from South Carolina to me. I don't know. Numbers be the numbers. Does that make sense, Brandon Nelson? All right.
Absolutely.
Hey, by the way, Jeff Bright, man, he is so fired up about you. He's like, this girl is sharp. He's like, I'm not kidding. Like, you should talk to her. So I said, all right, get her on a call. But I only do that just because it makes you think that I'm really talking to you. Like, I have these calls and I'm talking to you every time anyway, but I don't, but still, I know how it feels. It feels different. All right. Now, text him and tell him to pick up if you got his number. Stephen Leaguer. Did you say Leaguer was more impressive than these girls, the mom and daughter? By the way,
actually, no. I like the mother and daughter much better. They're on it. They were, let's sign up. Let's get in class. They're moving.
I just don't think I got there. Oh, I did want to show y'all something. See how I dialed his number? Watch this. Ha, there it is again. Ha, it's called a redial. In case y'all wondered if I really do that. That's too ringy. I'm gonna do it again. Start over. Third time I called him. They say, bro, pick up the call. And now he could be in the phone. He could be picking up a check. He could have had a heart attack. He could be trying to pick up the phone, but he's on Zoom and trying to figure out how to pick up the call and be on Zoom. Like, you can't be judgmental. 5 minutes later, I'm going to tell you to be judgmental. All right. If I had, so I'm going to call Denise. Here's why I'm going to call Denise, because I got her phone number and she is selling something. Now, in other words, I'm not going to depend on them. I'm going to look at the graph, the chart, and AB, you should be looking at this too. This is your group. 856. All right. By the way, this is called building. This is not called recruiting. Recruiting is when you're hiring people direct. Building is when you're working in depth. Okay? Building's more about relationships. That's 3 ringy for Denise Vaughn. We'll do the redial thing again and see if that does any good.
She may be at work.
Yeah, she could be at work.
Hello.
Hello, Denise.
Yes.
Andy Albright, how are you doing?
How are you?
I'm fired up. Don't
You called me on part.
Don't be cussing.
This trailer. Hold on.
All right.
I wasn't going to answer you.
I kept dialing you. I was going to call you until you picked up.
Thank you. I'm glad you did.
Hey, she's glad I double dialed, triple dialed.
Yeah, I am. See, I think you just told me a lesson I read in your book.
Yeah.
Watched one of those videos. Something told me to double dial.
Let me tell you something. First of all, I got you.
Go to voicemail. I remember
Don't be cussing or saying nothing discriminatory. I only got you on a conference call, okay?
Oh, That's good to know now that I'm rambling.
That's right. That's right. Well, I tried to tell you earlier, but you wouldn't be quiet for a second.
Oh, sorry.
I was just kidding. Kind of.
You guys could, yeah, let me know if you need anything.
She's working. She got a job.
No, I was selling a trailer.
Even better. Are you hit like a trailer that you put a boat on, or trailer you put or a trailer like that you put an underpinning?
The trailer I pull my kids' bikes and all of our nonsense with.
Oh, nice. Motorcycles, or do you have to pedal them yourself?
Once I, quit sitting on my butt and start selling stuff, maybe I'll have a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah. You easily get a motorcycle. Some things are cheap. You can have all you want. You got a stable of motorcycles. Okay, so congratulations making a sale pretty quick. You get paid? Did they pay you?
I did get paid.
Woohoo! So I got Dennis Lyons, I got Patrick Connors, they're all listening. So
I had a feeling.
what kind of work you do?
What's that?
What kind of work do you do?
Currently I clean houses.
Nice. That is a good paying job, and there's in big demand. Now, do you have sub house cleaner people?
I work for somebody, but I was debating starting a business.
But you what?
I said I was debating starting a business.
Well, you did start one with us.
I know, but I gotta stop being scared of the phone and dial.
I can break you of that.
I had a feeling that's why you were calling.
That's not why I called. I just called. I called because you're the only one, not the only one. You're the number one salesperson in Joe Compton's group. That's why I called.
Is that right?
Hell yeah.
He's the only. He has other agents. I'm the only one that sold something.
Yeah. No, I shouldn't say only one that sold. You sold the most. Or did I hang up on you? I hung up on her. She probably think I hung up on her. Hey, I didn't mean to hang up on you. Hey, you've sold the. I said you've sold the most. Now I'm looking at last month, so I'm gonna look at this month and see if there's anybody sold more than you this month.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, I haven't sold anything yet.
Jose sold you. Nope. You are not the number one salesman this month. He is.
Yeah.
So all right. So watch this. I'm gonna do some teaching. It's hard. If I'm calling her directly, I'm not doing teaching to y'all. So teaching to y'all during a call is not normal. Normally, I would just talk to her and just start working with her. But can I tell y'all something? Abian, can I tell you something? She sounds super intelligent and energetic and enthusiastic and believes in this program. Now, that's my first impression. Okay. But I'm saying she's at the deepest, bestest, craziest point in a smoking organization. If you're talking to her, Abian, and you start getting her to saying things like, I'm scared of the phone, then you can fix it just like that. And I'm telling you, of all the people between Denise, Dennis, Patrick, I don't know who else is in there, and Abian, I think I'm the best at fixing her. I think the second best is Abian. Third best, Patrick. Fourth best, Dennis. Now, I hope Dennis is going like, let me talk to her. I will fix her right now. You with me?
Wonderful. He's worked with me.
He's worked with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am 10 times better than him. Okay. Okay. Now, I might not be, but I think I am. I was telling Mike Hartley, if you got somebody that don't think he thinks he's like cow manure, like well dookie, lizard poop, you can't do anything with him. But when you get a guy thinking, now see, this girl is talking about buying a motorcycle and she just sold a trailer to me, and she's very articulate. I understand the words, and she's not been scared. So all those things are making me feel good about it. Okay. And she said family. That's a go word for me. So, so if I'm just talking to her direct, I would probably be crazier than I am now because y'all will listen. I don't want to I won't embarrass anybody. Okay, so I'm going to go back to her. Y'all just listen, pretend like I'm over the shoulder. Okay, you ready? All right, Denise.
Yes.
You said family. You got a big family. You're married. You got kids and all that stuff.
I am divorced and have 3 kids.
Nice. How old are they?
They are 5, 7, and 9.
5, 7, and 9. Now, the daddy guy,
Yeah.
does he help out at all?
He pays his child support. We left New Jersey in April. So if I were back there, he'd help more.
Nice.
But we like it better here.
Where did y'all move to?
Fort Charlotte.
Where's that?
That is it's near Fort Myers and Englewood area.
Florida.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Florida.
So you left New Jersey and moved to Florida.
Yes.
Well, I live in Florida. We're like
Yeah,
neighbors.
I met you.
We're neighbors.
We are.
Where did you meet me? At the Treasure Island office?
I came to Treasure Island with Jose.
Oh,
I had to leave early to pick my kids up, actually.
I remember you.
Yeah, you said something that sounded really good, and I said, all right, I got to go study because I didn't finish my test yet.
You see,
I had to go leave and get my kids.
Jose got her to drive how many hours?
I don't know, it was an hour and a half or 2. It's been a while now. I don't
Couple
know.
hours.
But it was a couple hours.
Well, Fort Myers, I got a travel map right here. I got a travel map thing. I can just type it in. I do Fort Myers.
Hour from Fort Myers.
Okay. But you're in Fort Myers now?
I'm in Port Charlotte.
You're in Port Charlotte. Okay, so let's do Port Charlotte. Do you know how far it is? How far it is from Port Charlotte to Treasure Island?
I think that was about 2. I'm going to put it in now.
Me too. I am too. Hour and 38 minutes. So we're neighbors. Okay.
We are.
All right. So daddy is giving money, which that's nice. He's not behind on that. Does he come visit?
No, I have to drive them back every month.
Okay. That was the deal you cut.
Yeah.
Next time you get ready to cut a deal, let me cut it for you.
Absolutely.
There y'all be like, say this, don't say that. That's not gonna work. That's not an offer to everybody. It's just Denise.
Thank you.
I cut a lot of deals in my time. I've never been divorced, but I know a bunch of people that have. I'd be like, hey, don't agree to nothing. We talk to you, but not everybody. That's just you. Don't none of y'all on the call say amen or nothing. Abian's looking like he's getting ready to mess up. You ain't gonna want to miss this. He's like, Michelle, who you got with you?
This is Brittany. She's just getting started with us.
Hi.
She drove down from Jacksonville, Andy.
She what?
She drove down from Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, how far is that?
3.5 hour drive.
3.5 hour drive. That's more than you, Denise. Okay, now, Denise, are you in the middle of... I'm going to come back to you, Michelle. We were talking about you a lot earlier when you wasn't on here. Denise.
Yeah.
Can you keep talking or am I messing you up? Like,
No, you're fine. I pulled over.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. So do you have a job or something to create money other than this guy who's nice enough to send money?
Yes, I clean. Yes,
You clean houses.
I do.
Well,
My
hey,
truck gets me there. That's why I'm like hesitant. I do, but the truck's a pain in the butt.
my wife, when we didn't have no money and we were getting started, she cleaned houses. And it was easy. I mean, not easy. It's hard work, but it was easier for her to get somebody to clean house. Like, any of y'all want any money? Just offer to clean houses. Everybody be calling you. Come over to my house. I mean, unless you're not good. But if you're like really good at cleaning, which is really easy, like I can teach you how to do it. I'm not going to do it. You understand?
I'm very good at
Like I tell my wife all the time, I'm not going to do it. She'd be like, you're not good at it. Oh, I'm good at it. I just ain't going to do it. There's a whole different. But because I was trying to build this business and we needed money. And so I was trying to sell and she went and clean house. I know another guy that makes millions of dollars. His wife, actually both of them clean house. It's a very good, very noble profession, job, or whatever. Okay. And then you can get sub people. But I would highly recommend, if you're going to go through the pain of hiring people, I would do it in insurance, not in the cleaning business.
Right.
Here's the reason. Well, there's about 50 reasons, but if you want me to get into it, I'll tell you. The main thing is you don't have to clean the houses. That's the main thing. You follow what I'm saying? In other words, like cleaning houses, nothing wrong with that. But going behind some people's mess over here, you're going to deal with nasty houses, but it's more like when you're selling them and you're going to get more like $1,000 or $800 for an hour. Like, I think we pay the girl, I don't know how much we pay our people. I'd have to ask Jane. Anybody got a cleaning person? Well, let me ask you this. How much do you charge to clean a house? Like I say, 4,000 square foot house. How much did you charge?
I'm honest. That's the only reason I haven't started. I've never done it on my own. I've always worked for people.
You want me to find out? Well, let me ask you this. How much does a woman pay you? Like if you...
Back in New Jersey, I was making 22 an hour. Back
22 an hour?
Here,
Well, here's what I would do.
I'm not making enough.
Here's what I would do. Here's what I would tell them. I'll clean your house for $22 an hour. And they're going to pee in their pants. They'll be like, come on over now. Now you're making $22 an hour.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the next person, you tell them 28. Right?
Okay.
The next person, 35. Next person, 45 an hour. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I can coach you through this. We don't start a cleaning business, but that's not what we're trying to do. I'm just trying to get you some instant money coming in. Just tell them $22 an hour.
Okay.
Hey, can I be a little mean to you?
Sure.
What's your next excuse for not getting a job cleaning houses?
For not getting, because I don't really want to clean the house. I want to call these people. I just got to put my big girl pants on and suffer through the uncomfortable part of it.
Okay, you told me the reason you weren't cleaning houses is because you didn't know how much to charge. That's what you said.
Yeah, I know, but cleaning houses is great because it's comfortable for me, and
Denise,
I know I can make decent money.
Time out. I'm gonna almost have to put her on mute. Now she's starting to lose me. See, she had me when she was like that, but when she started saying the reason I'm not cleaning the house, let me tell you how I would do it if y'all wasn't on here. I'd be like, Denise, slow down. Tell me the truth. Okay, that's what I would do. If y'all wasn't on here, I'd be like, slow down. Tell me the truth.
I can tell them the truth too. That doesn't
Just
disappoint
me. Just me. Tell me.
Okay.
Focus. Right. Andy Albright, okay, is on here. And he's asking you a question. How come you're not cleaning houses? You said, because I don't know how much to charge. So I went through all that trouble of telling you how much to charge. And then you tell me you'd rather do this. If you'd have said that the first time.
How to clean a house.
What?
I said, you're not here to tell me how to clean a house.
I'm just trying to help you. I don't care if it's cleaning houses, digging ditches, or getting a divorce, or getting remarried.
I'm following now.
I'm just trying to help.
I gotcha.
Okay. Now watch this, guys. I'm not telling her how great the company is, trying to recruit her. I'm building a relationship with this person. I told her my wife cleaned houses. I told her I ain't never been through a divorce, but I know people that have. You with me? Hey, I got this other woman right now. She'd be like, give me a date. I'd be like, oh, God. Oh, God. And then I'll be thinking about that. I'll be like, this got to be pretty good. Actually, I tell my wife, she's really good at saying this would be a good one right here. All right, let's back to you, Denise.
All right.
Whew. See, this is called building, Brandy. You might think I'm wasting my time. Well, I've got jets to pay for and pilots to. Why would I waste my time? Mitch Colin, tell them what a waste of time. What is something I think that's a waste of time, Michelle Colin?
Fixing your battery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's wasting your time. Yeah. Tell them how did you have to get it fixed? What did you have to do?
I drove to the place to go get it fixed. Yeah.
Okay. As opposed to calling your AAA representative. Well, then again, you don't pay that because it's $200 a year. So She's got like $20,000 in the bank, or 29 or 40,000 in the bank, but yet she drives. I love you and appreciate you.
I know.
You won't never forget that, will you?
Never.
You tracking, Denise?
I am.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to try to help you here.
Okay.
Do you really? Jeff Bright has these things that he says to people. I'm going to look it up and see what he told me to say, but I'm not really going to use them, but I kind of will. All right. He says, first of all, do you want to make some money with us? He says sell insurance. I'm not going to say that, but I will. Do you want to sell some insurance with us?
Yes.
Do you need to?
Yes.
Are you willing to?
Yes.
Are you going to?
Yes.
Okay. All right. He takes a whole lot more time, but she says yes. The problem is you're not now because you're scared.
Yeah.
So you have children, 5, 7, and 9. Are they in good health?
They are.
Would you like for them to grow up with good mental health?
Yes.
Then you need to set the example of not being scared of something that's not going to hurt you.
That's fair.
Because if you are scared of something that's not going to hurt you, then your kid's going to say, well, mama was scared of stuff that wouldn't hurt her, so we should be scared of stuff that ain't going to hurt us. And you're going to be like, damn it. And then I'm going to refer you to a country song. I'm going to send you a country song. And the country song says, my little boy and I was riding in a truck, and I put on brakes, and the drink went all over him. And he said, damn it. And I said, where'd you learn to talk like that?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I've been watching you, Daddy. You tracking on me?
I am.
Okay, so I don't know what Dennis coached you on, but I just coached you on setting an example for the 5, 7, and 9.
Yeah.
There's nothing more important to me. That's an exaggeration. Let me say it this way. What my kids see me do is high, 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 high on my priority list. I don't give a damn if it hurts me or cuts me or kills me. What they see me do is high on my priority list. And I'm thinking it's the same thing for you. Denise?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you've got that pressure on you. Make sense?
It does.
Are you going to do better now?
I am. I was working with Janice also. I was on the phone listening to her do calls, which was helpful.
Who?
And comforting. Janice.
That's good. I ain't worried about Janice. I'm worried about you.
I know. I know.
I don't even know who Janice is. All right. So, who's Janice Avian? Trying to tell me something?
Janice is in Ohio. She does telesales.
Oh, God. Don't tell me you ain't going to go to people's houses. Are you willing to go to people's houses?
Oh, I didn't say that. I just need the car to get me to the house. So it would be better to start by the phone because my front end is going to give at any moment here.
I'd drive that front end until it crashes. Make some money.
I would do. I don't have a choice.
That's right. Drive that car.
I am.
Don't be scared. But when you get in the house, you close the deal so we can get some money so we can get a new car. Okay?
Okay.
You could always talk Dennis into loaning you some money, your car. It wouldn't be the, huh? Okay, Dennis. Dennis talked to you, right? And he was coaching you. I don't know if he said anything about the kids as an example, and you'll be an example, but that's the first thing I led with when I talked to you. Second of all, one time I hired this guy in South Carolina. I ain't trying to pick on South Carolina, but this is a true story. This joker had about 3 teeth. And I ain't against people that only have 3 teeth. But he said something a long time ago when I was in Amway. He said, the one thing, see, it makes a difference. If I only had 3 teeth, it'd make a difference. He said, the one thing you know, when you on the phone, they can't eat you. I said, what? He said, they can't eat you. If I can get them on the phone, they can't eat you. Them teeth was all sticking out. And I thought to myself, that's a good point. They can't eat you. So the first thing I give her was the example of the kids. And second of all, they can't eat you about my man from South Carolina with 3 teeth. Okay. Third of all, you need some dadgum money.
Yeah.
All right. Now, so the third thing is you need some money. Now, let me try. This is going to be my ace, this is my trump card. You ready?
All right.
All right. the people that don't have life insurance who mailed in these leads are human beings made in the image of the same. What do you believe in? Well, I shouldn't ask you that, but they're created by a creator, and they're good people. They're honest people. And they mailed in this letter of request. And some of them got children. And some of them going to die today of COVID. Some of them going to die today of heart attack, cancer. Somebody's going to get run over today. And if it's somebody that turned in a lead, let me explain something to you. We went through the trouble of buying his data with his name. And we got it in our office. And then we put it on paper. And then we folded it and put it in an envelope. And then put another envelope in there. And then we licked it. And we put it shut. And then we mailed it to millions of people. And God picked this person to answer it and fill it out and get a pen that works. And then lick it and send it back to us. And then we got it back. And then we opened it. You ought to see that machine open it. Opens the machine. Then we imaged it. And then Ashland or Hill or somebody got it out to you through our Oasis system. All that dadgum trouble. And you ain't going to pick up the phone and dial 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers. You see what I'm saying, Denise?
I do.
I know. They can't eat you. And we went through all that trouble. And they got families to take care of. You do care about people, don't you?
I do.
Now, here's what people say. Do you really take that much time with everybody? No. I'm not working with Dennis's fifth leg. I'm working at the deepest point of the smokingest leg because I love Jose Compton, and she actually sold something. So I don't do it with everybody. I'm trying to get 14 deep under Alex Abian, under Patrick Connors, under Dennis Lyon, and I got Jose. I love Jose. Jose's awesome. I got to get somebody underneath her. It might not be Denise, but I'm going to give it all I got. Is this making any sense, Abian? Now, Abian, do you think, let's get on here loud, because you're my buddies for 30 years. Do you think that I spend this much time with her? I don't know what you think. Do you think if I'm working depth, I'm going to spend this much time with her?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Michelle Cohen, do you think I'm going to spend this much time with somebody in depth?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let me just tell you, the answer is yeah, unless I don't like her. If I don't like her, I've been hung up. I'll be like, look here, I believe in you. Dennis Lyon's the best coach I ever met in my life. He's 10 times better than me. Talk to him. If I ever tell you all that, you done struck my nerve. I'll be like, yeah, I done had it with you. And then if you go like, no, I know you don't like me. No, I like you. I love you. Dennis is better than me. And then you'd have to argue that Dennis ain't better than me. And I'd be like, well, that's your opinion. But you tracking with me, Denise?
I am.
Okay. I got something else. Okay. Did my persuasive techniques work as good or better than Dennis going forward?
I feel I'm going to plead the fifth. Are you really going to I feel on the spot.
Okay, let's do this. Let's say.
You guys are all wonderful. Can I say that?
Nope. You got to make a decision. Quit lollygagging around. Listen to me.
Okay. All right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being Dennis was no help at all, a 10 being he cured you and you booked 22 appointments already. What would you rate him, 1 to 10?
Oh.
Just pick a number. Let's move on.
Well, I'm still terrified to call, so I'm going to say a 6.
6. You got a 6, Dennis. All right. Well, I've got the advantage because you're going to talk about what you're going to do. Okay.
All right.
So based on what you're going to do after talking to me, and the other thing is he warmed her up. He done lightened the load. He done got a couple of jabs in. So now I got all my jabs in. Based on what I've said to you, 1 to 10, 1 being you probably going to do less than you did even after talking to Dennis. 10 being you're going to hang up and start calling people right now. 7 would be like, well, I think I'll be able to call some today at about 2 or maybe 5 or something like that. and then 5 be like, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to make any phone calls. So where would you rank me on the 1 to 10 or this conversation?
I'm going to say a 9. I am going to call people.
I got a 9. I got a 9.
I have to go get my kids so I can get a handful of calls in.
She got to go get her kids so she can get a handful of calls in. Let me tell you something. This is my cell phone. If you make a handful of calls, which I equate to 5 or more,
okay,
then I want you to text me back and say, I made 5 calls. Now listen, you understand if they don't pick up, it still counts as 5 calls. And if you hit redial, that counts as a call. And if you redial them again, like I did you, that counts as 3 calls. So I'm thinking you should get upwards of 30 calls.
in the next hour, you're saying?
Yeah. Now, unless somebody picks up, if somebody picks up, that might take up 15 minutes. Then you gotta get all your notes, and then you got to start hitting dials again. Yeah, I think you ought to be able to get a minimum of 25 in an hour. If you're really speedy, you get about 40. Watch this. See, I know. Joseph Dukes, when you're making phone calls, how many you make per hour?
40 to 50.
Well, how much?
40 to 50.
40 to 50. Colin, when you're dialing, how many do you make per hour?
Like 34.
34. Yeah, that's what she usually says. 33, 34. Dennis, when you're making phone calls, how many are you getting in an hour? Dennis Lyons.
Yep, 35 to 40.
35 to 40. So I'm hearing between 33 to 50. So if you're brand new, it might just be 25 because you got to dig your nose, go get something to drink, go to the bathroom, wonder what you should say, and dream and daydream or something like that. If you're brand new. But once you get old and experience this business, you just dial. You don't care. Girls and kids screaming, "Shut up! Is anything coming out of your ears? Ain't nothing coming out of your ears. Get on your butt back in the game. Go back out there and drown something. Go kick the dog. Something. I ain't got time to listen to you whining." You see what I'm saying? Like, once you get focused and crazy, you don't care what happens. Like somebody asked me, people ask me crazy stuff in the world. Do you know that the internet's getting shut down? I'll be like, I don't know. My IT guy ain't calling me. They tell me all kinds of crazy stuff. I'll be like, I don't know all that stuff. You know, just conspiracy theory and left-wing communism. I ain't got time to study all that stuff. I'm trying to figure out what's my deepest leg and if I can get 12 deep. What do you think Manning's going to do? I thought he retired. I don't know. Now watch, I'm going to the ball game Mississippi. I'm flying the president of the Bush Club and the athletic director, but I know the quarterback's name of one team, my team. That's it. I think. Because I like country music. So I know Scotty McCreery. And I think our football player's last name is same as him. I think. I just don't. I'd be honest with you. I don't know his name. Does that make any sense? Like, I ain't got time to do all this other crap. And if you met me 15 years ago or 20 years ago when I was broke, you think I'm fanatic now? Bro, Stephen Davis said, I thought you didn't even like sports. He said, I thought you was just some weirdo who didn't like sports or music. He said, I thought you was in love with this business. I'm like, I was. It's my only strategy, Denise. Okay, Denise, do you have leads to call?
I do.
Okay. Dennis, would you help her, encourage her through this hour? Text her?
Will. Yep.
Encourage her? Okay. Denise.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern time, I do these training calls.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not always going to be able to call you, although I've enjoyed chatting with you. So if you could get on them at 12:30, I'd appreciate it. You don't have to do nothing. You're self-employed, but some people say some people give me 9s and 10. Some people, they don't get on them. So you can do whatever you want to do. Sure call. Okay. But it's free. And you can text me during the call and say, hey, what do you really mean? Or could you slant this call toward me? And I will jump on you like a dadgum duck on a June bug. And you won't even be on the call. And I'll be beating you up. You with me? Now, some people say this, why would I want to beat up? Because, like, I have this organization I deal with. All they want to hear is what they're doing right. They never want to hear what doing right. Wrong. Makes me so mad. I'm like, all they want is smoke. How great they're. Any of y'all like that? I'm like that with Jane, my wife. I just tell me what I'm doing right, baby. Don't tell me what I'm. No, that's not true. What did I do wrong, baby? So I won't do it again. You should figure it out. Oh, God. All right. If you're doing something wrong with me and you call me, well, I probably won't be if you just call me, because most people be like, I'm not telling you because you get mad. Be on the next call and I'll talk about you, but I'll swear I'm not. How about that? Joe Dukes, how you doing? Venus. This is typical. Venus, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Why don't you introduce yourself? Not everybody knows you. You think they do, but they don't.
My name is Venus Castleberg. I'm Joseph Dukes' partner. So nice to meet everyone.
Okay. Now, when you say partner,
You should draw it out.
We are partners in, I guess, romance and in business.
I love it. Romance and business. Woo-hoo. That kind of reminds me when I played the telephone game. Nobody was interested in anything I told them except for the romance part.
Yeah.
Is this typical one of your consulting sessions, something like this?
No. No, I'm a little nicer to people than you are.
Yeah, you're way nicer. I told Jeff Bright, I said, Jeff Bright, you have a different style than me. See, here's all I care about, Venus, is if your style is effective.
Mm-hmm.
If your style is not effective, change it.
Right.
If you're not pushing hard enough, push harder. If you're pushing too hard, push less.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I care about. I heard you did some great consulting with Brandy. And I also heard that you had a #1 bestseller book come out in the world.
I did
Is this true?
last week.
Last week? Congratulations.
Last week.
How many people write a book and it's on the bestseller list?
You only do one bestseller.
Nobody does. What's the name of your book? Do you have one you hold up?
No, actually, no, I do not. I was #1 bestseller on Kindle. The paperback isn't out yet. So.
The paperback's not out. It's on Kindle.
Yeah.
You hold it up on Kindle?
You can hold it up on Kindle.
What's the name of it?
What's the name of it?
It's called Here to Forever, Finally Free to Be Me.
Say it again slower.
Here to Forever, Finally Free to Be Me.
Is the first word here?
Yes.
Here to forever.
Yep.
Finally free to be me.
Yeah.
Right. She did good, right, Brandy, talking to you?
She did. Venus is amazing.
1 to 10, what would you give her?
A 12.
Woo! 20% more than required, than the maximum.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Joseph has got them.
Okay. So, Dennis, would you shoot Denise how she can get on the rest of this call? Because I'm going to hang up on her so she can jump in on the other because I got to call somebody else. Or Abian. Or somebody. Denise. Hey.
There's my book.
There it is. Here to forever. Congratulations. Way to go.
Thank you.
Denise.
Yeah.
Seriously, I meant everything I said. You're articulate. You got kids. You moved on your own. You're crazy. You're not scared. All you got to do, like, listen to me. I'm from Union Ridge. I'm a mess. Like, I'm not telling you all my problems. I'm a mess. But what I do is the do. If you will just get on there, like redials. If I call the president, the CEO, a banker, if they don't pick up, I'll redial 3, 4, 5, 6 times because I'm so busy. I ain't got time. Later on, I won't be able to call them. And if I've been doing this 30 years. Nobody's ever said, what the hell is wrong with you? Why'd you call me 5 times? That I can remember. I do not have a great memory when it comes to somebody questioning what I do. I can tell you that. Because if they ask me, I'll be like, because I was trying to get in touch with you. So anyway, the reason for the call. I want to talk to you about this strategy y'all are using. I'm trying to understand it. I'll just get right into it. I ain't got time to discuss how many times I called them. You picked up the phone. Now let's get to the subject matter. Make sense? Now, here's what some people say, Venus and Osuna. They say things like, well, I'm just not that kind of person. I'm not either. Well, why do you do it? Because it works. So you're not even yourself, are you? Nope. Well, don't you feel bad about that? Yeah, I feel terrible. Now what? Let's make some phone calls. Like I can't be that person. I just can't be that person. Because the person that's scared, which is me, I can't be him. So what I do is I put on a, what do I call it? It's a movie. It's not me. It's my
avatar.
It's my
your
avatar. My avatar is what y'all see right now. You don't see me. It's my avatar. Like in that movie, the guy was more athletic than he originally was in his avatar. And he was a different color in his avatar. And he was taller. He's like 400% bigger in his avatar. Does that make sense? So get an avatar. You know an avatar? Does that make sense, Denise?
What's that?
Do you know what an avatar is?
Your little person?
Right. So you use an avatar to make the phone calls. Not you. Use your avatar. Just become a different person. Osuna's boy says, I want to be an actor. I said, why don't you act like a board member? Why don't you act like you can sell 30,000? Why don't you just act your way to it? That's all I do. I just get on and do it. I just do it. Okay. Avian, if she starts writing $10,000 a month and I got a 9 and he got a 6, I'm way down in debt. Have you ever talked to Alex Avian? Denise, have you ever talked? Yeah, you ever talked to Alex Avian?
Sorry, what was that?
You ever talked to Alex Avian?
No.
Okay, so you're not even in running. You see what I'm saying? Like, Avian, you tracking with me? So I'm going to get this credit. Everybody, I always tell people, here's what'll mess you up. Cuties, credit, and cash. Well, I want credit. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Mama gave me a 9. She didn't even talk to you. Now, Avian's like, what if I start talking to her? I could come back and get more credit than you. True that. Dennis could come back. You with me? It's work building. Okay. Paul Roberts.
Yes, sir.
First alliance partner in the United States of America. Congratulations being part of Integrity and being my partner in business. Looks like we got a real close running for Alex Fitzgerald becoming a partner soon.
Yes.
Andy Riddle is about that dag. He's about close as a frog's hair away from it.
Amen.
Mike Leventovich is close. Got some other people coming on strong. How important do you think getting in depth, working down under, calling the deepest point? Oh, by the way, I ain't even got into getting a list from her. People say, I thought all you cared about was the recruiting. All you've talked to about her selling the whole time. I'm going to do it. Just be patient with me. Okay. And it's a whole lot of work you putting into this one person. Well, I look at the group. I don't know who else to talk to. But I want you to talk about the importance and how you learn how to do that, and maybe different angle than what I'm putting on at Paul Roberts. I want to hear from you, buddy. Hey, Paul.
Thank you. Yeah, I think, there's so much to do. You got to talk about list of names, selling, you got leads, you name it. I think also with like Papa Bear, John does an incredible, phenomenal job of edifying us. And like his people are texting me right now saying, I'm glad I'm on the call because Andy just asked if we're on the call and they're watching. He's got a just top-notch group. George Andershock does a freaking amazing job running in the car with these folks. They're actually, putting flyers up of when George is going to dial so people can watch George dial leads. And that's a lot to do with Papa John, is he don't have no ego that we're working and helping him. He's like, hey man, y'all work, y'all help me. And probably more important than all of that, Andy, is the edification we get. So when we do call someone like you just called, we're edified so highly that we're going to get different information than Papa Bear is going to get. We're going to get different, they're going to tell us different things. And so it's working hand in hand, helping each other, building each other up, because we can make this whole thing move. Because my job really to go like in Papa Bear's team, he's got so many great people, but I'll use Eric Fuller and Richard and Shannon there, that leg you were talking about. My job is simply just to continue to talk about list of names, continue to talk about recruiting, continue to talk about building. I need Richard and Eric and his girlfriend Jen. They need to be listening to me dial list of names. They need to be hearing how I talk to people when I call list of names. I need to show them. I need to not tell them, hey, this is what you need to do. I need to show this is what you do and this is how you do it. And it's a fun group. And I can go all the way over to Christine Ortega. Man, that young woman's killing it. Also part of Papa Bear's team. And it's just, and Andy, it's not wasting time because, man, we have to talk to everybody. We have no idea who's going to lead to who. Like if I could just give you the whole structure from Dr. Phil to G to Papa Bear, all the way down to Uncle Chris, man, there's a thin line that holds that whole thing together. And I'm not going to mention the names that aren't here that gave us that group of people. That's not important. What is important is that we have to talk to everybody because we don't know who it is. It reminded me of when you were talking about the leads and how we fold them up and you put them in and it finally got to you. It reminded me of this book we're reading. 300 million sperm got one job to do, and you were the one that got the job done. So like everybody's important. We don't know who it's going to be. We got to talk to each and every individual that we possibly can because we don't know. And if you can build this culture of edification, no kidding, I'm going to be able to get more information than Phil, G, Papa Bear, everybody, because they've lifted up. They've lifted up. And man, just don't leave anything. You have no idea. Don't judge. Just keep talking to people and talking. And when you get in this mode of building relationships, and it's not all about the leads and it's not all about all that stuff like you were doing with Denise just there. That's when you start to learn stuff. That's when you find things out. And that's when you find an Alex Abian under someone. That's our goal, is to go find another one of him. That's our goal, is to go find another Mike. It's just, and it's just not leaving anything to chance and talking to everybody because we have no idea what they're going to say on that particular day when we give them a buzz. And like I said, hey, they got the job done. They're one of the 300 million that had a job to do that day, and we're all it. We survived, baby. And so it's a blast, man. It really is. And hey, if I could go through all the motions, Andy, of how I got to Dr. Phil, it would freak everybody out, and everybody'd say, I've got to talk to everybody on my team. Not to recruit them, not to get them selling, although that's the job. That's what we're going to do. That's the ultimate end job, but just building that relationship. What do you like? Do you got kids? You got dogs? It's like dating. It's just like dating, and then really, no kidding, Andy, the more people we talk to, the more confidence I get, the more power I have. It helps me. It fine tunes my skills. And we all have to fine tune our skills because ultimately people are following you because of your confidence you have in yourself. People are following you ultimately because they look at you and say, holy cow, that dude, that woman, she's going somewhere. Like if you get around the leaders, you know that I found a golden ticket when I found this thing. And when you get around me, you just feel that like, this guy thinks this is the best thing in the world. And so when you're fine tuning your skills and you're talking to people, your confidence goes way up. And when your confidence goes up, people follow you. And like the first time I met Fitz, he was at a plastic table, but like, I looked at him, I go, he's going somewhere, right? He's going somewhere. The first time I met you, Andy, You were wearing normal boots, not boots that you had designed. You were wearing normal jeans. You might have been wearing Wranglers. I don't know. This is 16, 17 years ago. You were wearing a normal shirt, not one that you had built. You know what I'm saying? It was just a normal shirt. But I looked at you and I was like, this guy's going somewhere. You know, you didn't even have to say it. You didn't, I'm going somewhere. I'm excited. I'm fired up. You didn't say those words. There was something inside of you like, oh man, I got to hold on to this. I got to stay here. And so when we're fine tuning our skills, talking to people constantly, man, that's, you know, outside of journaling and reading books and all the other stuff that we got to do, talking to people will just, it'll light your life on fire because it lifts you up. It gives you confidence because you need to hear yourself continually say, this is the best decision I've ever made by joining this organization. This is the best decision I have ever made. The more you keep saying that, things take off. And I know, you know, we're talking about building depth, but building depth is also building you. It's building you on a daily basis because I love nothing more than calling list of names in front of people. Hey, man, I get nervous. My first one, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be transparent. I'm like, all right. Because lots of times I change a little bit about what I was saying. I'll try new things. I don't just stay with one thing. I'll try a few things here and there if I'm not seeing the success I need to see. And that brings confidence when you can, calling a list of names and there's 30 people listening to you and you get hung up on, you better have some, you go, all right, let's make another dial. Let's do it. And none of this freaking out thing like, well, what happened was, no, man, just make another dial and move on. So talking to Denise right now built you up, built her up, built Dennis up, built Avian up, it built the whole organization up. It's what we do, but it's fun. It's so much fun just talking to people and getting to know who they are. And everybody got a story.
And two things.
Yeah.
My football coach, the one that I like, NC State, he says it's a game of inches. He says you should never give up. You should try no matter what. No. My favorite baseball coach, NC State, he says to run out every hit.
Yeah, good.
Because you never know, something might happen.
Never know.
My brother told me about a guy named Wes Moser. I sat down with him. My man called out 100 names with phone numbers from memory. He's a sales guy.
Yeah.
He told me his top customers. And one of the customers was a preacher who hired a youth pastor.
God bless you.
Who hired a youth.
Yep.
Who hired another Ute.
Thank you.
That was named Alex Fitzgerald.
Yep.
I went through all of them to find Paul Roberts.
Amen.
And Diane Lampy.
Amen.
And Papa Bear. Papa John, Papa Bear.
Papa Bear.
Because you think Papa John, somebody might think he's associated with pizza.
Yeah.
Papa Bear. Okay. So it's
crazy.
A game of inches.
Yeah.
Denise might lead to the fifth partner in the alliance.
That's right.
Denise might be the fifth partner in the alliance.
Yeah.
Well, how realistic is that? Well, I know how realistic it is. We just had a partner break that got in when he was 22 or 23, he got in and he went partner at 26. So 3 years. So realistically, you could be number 5 or number 8. But so number 2. Denise, you there? Can I tell you something good you could have really said? Paul made me think about it, and then Patrick Connors told me. Can I tell you something good? By the way, how many times I ask her permission to be a little tough or a little hard, Venus? By the way, Venus, if you ask them, say, could I be a little bit hard? And they go, please don't just pussyfoot around. Please tell me like it is. Maybe you could be a little bit harder. Maybe. I don't know. But this is not going to be hard. This is meant to help Denise. Denise, can I tell you?
Yes.
You could have said, when I was talking about Dennis, you could have said this. I think you'll agree. You could have said this. Andy, I just want to let you know. He drove 3.5 hours to come see me and help me make my first sale to one of my friends.
Wow.
I know he did. You could have said that. Does that make sense? You see how hard that is, Venus? I want her to remember it because I want her to get rich. The more you can sing the praises, and that's what Paul was talking about, edifying. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Denise?
Yes.
Yeah. You told me how much he helped, and he helped a lot. And then you gave him a 6. You know why you had to give him a 6? Because of what you did. Because I set you up. I was like, based on not doing it, you see what I'm saying? So the next time, I want you to give him a 10 for encouraging you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Now, let me ask you this. The odds, I don't know about odds. I'm not a gambling person. But let's just say the odds works like this. 1, you ain't going to make no phone calls. 50, you might if something don't happen. And 100, meaning I don't give a God bless America. I don't care if them right-wing conspirators take over, and I'm going to be making phone calls. By the way, I ain't going to talk more about the left wing now, right? Okay, no matter what, you're going to make phone calls. Which one? 1 to 100. Where is it?
I'm going to go make phone calls. I already texted Dennis back, and I just have to park my car somewhere where I can safely make phone calls before my kids are done school.
Okay, so it's 100.
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. Is it 1, 50, 70, 90? Where is it? Give me a number.
100. I'm going to do it. I have about 25 leads, so I'm going to get as many done as I can.
Okay. Okay. But y'all see how I'm closing the deal?
Mm-hmm.
I know a little bit about her. Next time I talk, let's say she goes and does it. I'll talk more about the kids. I'll talk more about where she was. She got married, how she met this guy, what happened, New Jersey. How does she like Fort Myers better? But I'm talking. You tracking with me? All right. Denise.
Yes.
Can you hang up and get on the call a different way, or do I need to?
I can, yes. They sent it to me.
Okay. Well, you call in. I'm going to call somebody else. Okay. Glad you're on here. All right. Now, I don't have to hang up on her. I could keep talking, but I want to call Eric Fuller. See if he picks up. He don't have to pick up. I won't be mad if he don't. But if he does pick up, I'm going to be glad.
He'll pick up.
Hey, John, is this helping a little bit?
Definitely.
So if I said to John, tell me 3 things that Paul's not said. He said, well, this right here. I said, no, Paul said that. I just said it different. You with me?
Yes.
Like that's critical to understand that. Like I was talking to, I called in Colin's depth, and there's this guy. Hey, Eric.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing today?
Oh, doing great.
Paul Roberts been bragging on you, man.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Well, it's just an honor to be part of this organization. That's for sure.
Well, you're part of a great team. Look like you paid $33,000 last month. Does that sound right?
That sounds right and really good.
And you've already issued $2,671 this month. Nope.
Yes, sir.
Is that right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Who's the best person you think coming on strong?
Right now, I've got Richard and Shannon Southern. Those guys are they're recruiting machines. They're out making their dials, going out and writing some business, and just really, really proud of them.
Nice. So I should have told you that other people can hear you. But because I got you on speaker, but just now you know. I don't know if you were listening to our call at all, or maybe you had an emergency or had a job or something. Were you listening to us talk about you earlier?
Yes. So we were on there for part of it, but then we had to jump off about, 15 minutes ago.
Okay, no worries. So I just want to tell you that this is a real business. It works. Real people. You can trust Paul Roberts. You can trust that A-Bear family, and you can trust that the activity that you put in will yield results. I have not seen it fail for anybody that puts in the work. I have seen ridiculously different personalities do it. I've seen lambs do it, lions do it, golden retrievers do it, zebras do it. Be careful, but alligators do it. About the animals, I say somebody might get offended, you know. They'd be like, I've seen men do it, women do it. Got to be careful here too. Roy Cooper used to be my governor. Got to be careful. That was when I was in North Carolina. Now I'm in Florida. Got to be careful there too. What could I say? Hey, you got any kids, Richard? Eric.
Yeah, so Jen and I are about to be a blended family. So she's actually got 4 kiddos, and then I've got 3 of my own. So we're the Brady Bunch plus 1.
That's a lucky number. 7.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
7 kids. I hope your luck turns around.
Yeah, right.
That's what they do in Vegas. Good luck. When y'all gonna get married?
I'm not sure. We got to get this insurance business up and going.
Now, how does that tie together? Insurance and getting married?
She keeps asking me.
So me and her on the same page. Maybe I should be talking to Jen.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. She needs to be on here. So hopefully it'll be sooner than later. That's for sure.
All right. That's when people tell me, so when y'all think about having children? They go, yeah, as soon as we get this business up running. I'm like, daggone. I didn't know them two things tied in together.
Right.
Well, congratulations. Sounds like you got a good one. I know you're going to have a big family.
Yes, sir. Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, do you have some other kind of income, another job?
No, I mean, we're in network marketing company, but we really, I was doing telesales for a year before Chris told me about Paul and Dr. Phil. And when we switched over, I mean, we were just like, oh my goodness, this is home. I mean, the culture, the system, the support, the encouragement, it was just blew me away. I'd never seen anything like it before. And so we're just all in. We're gonna
what network marketing were you tied into?
We still are. We're still pretty active with it, but it's a company called Team National. And it actually goes hand in hand with what we're doing in insurance, and so it's been really cool to see our team members come on with that company, and then we're able to sell them on insurance and stuff like that. So that's been a big part of our success so far.
Team National
program. So it's all about group buying power. So all these Fortune 100, 500 companies have partnered with them, and so once you become a member, you get discounts on all the stuff that you already spend money on every month. I mean, Walmart, Target, Home Depot, going out to eat, all kinds of, I mean, literally thousands of stuff. So there's no risk because you're going to save way more than it costs you. But then of course you can earn money too.
It sounds a little like Amway, but it sounds a whole lot better.
Absolutely. That's why we're with them and we're not with Amway. For us.
I ain't never said that before, have I, Abian? Go to Alex Abian. You ever heard me say that before, Alex Abian? They can't see you nodding your head. Abian's laugh. All right. Well, look. I'm glad you're killing it with Team National. I want to encourage you to get more focused on Team National and more focused on the Alliance.
Yes.
And if you ever want to make a lot of money, like $20,000 this weekend, invest about $2,000 in leads and tell Jen to take care of the babies. I'm going to be gone for 3 days and I go make $20,000.
Love it.
Did you know you could do that in a weekend?
Absolutely. Talk to Dr. Phil about that and the amount of money you put on your leads and what that would produce.
Yep. 2,000 to get you 20,000. All right. Hey, look, I want to keep talking to you, but I promised some people that I wouldn't keep them too long. I want to tell y'all that we ran a contest for IULs, Index Universal Life Insurance, and we promised to fly the producer to Florida and put them up at one of my favorite hotels, take them out to dinner, come over to our house, and Stephen Handy just posted the winners. So, Elena M. Adobe, we're going to pay for your plane ticket to come down to Florida. Mitchell Jones, we're going to pay for your plane ticket, hotel. Joseph 2, we're going to fly you down. Joseph Dukes, we're going to fly you down. Shavonda Griffin, Doug Becker, Awa Patton, Marisol Ramirez, Marvin Otsoy, and Narashima NP. Okay, now I want to point something out to y'all. Notice that Otsoy's name, look under manager. Otsoy. And then if you look down at number 19, you got another Otsoy. My man's moving some IULs. Congratulations, Marvin Otsoy. Marvin Osuna hired him. I see Osuna's name on here several times. Like you just missed the trip, Osuna. You're welcome to come in. Joe Walker just missed it. Junior career. All y'all are welcome to come down here. We just can't pay for everybody's flights. We're only doing the top 10. Congratulations. I am so excited about y'all coming in. My wife has agreed to have you over here on our beach. And after we hang out on the beach, she's agreed to a party, and that is for the top 10, I think. And congratulations. We're going to have more contests coming up. We're running one right now to go to Alaska. I understand Omar just qualified to go on the Alaska trip. Omar Stewart. Abian, anything you're going to do different after this call? You just maybe do 1% more.
Start talking to a lot more people.
Yeah. Brandy Nelson, anything different?
Absolutely. The relationship building piece. This was amazing today. Thank you very much.
Brandon Manley, anything different?
Yes, sir. I'm about to blow by some people.
You've been doing that. Anything different? You gonna do anything different? You've been blowing by.
Yeah, I need to get. Well, I just was noticing while you were going over this on my hierarchy. I ain't got a couple people fast tracked, and I'm just screwing myself. Because what if I don't know about them? And they're out there.
So it's people you know that are getting in, but you hadn't got them fast tracked.
I know 3 people that should be down in debt right now, and they're not on there. Not good.
Why would you want to give them fast track other than showing up on the picture?
Because it helps me keep track of people. So I mean, when I look at it every single day. Well, probably about 7 times a day, and I see their phone number. And if I ain't talked to them before, I just pick up the phone and call them.
Tell Venus about when you first got started, and you was.
You mean me not liking it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Venus. I thought I talked to Haley when I started doing the business, and I was like, how long do you think he's going to make me do this? Because I was like, I was ready to get out of it right away. I didn't think I'd like it. But then, I mean, I freaking love it now. I don't know if y'all can tell. It's a lot of fun.
Are you a little bit obsessed with it, starting to bit more and more?
Yeah, it's like good drug.
It's addictive.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
So is watching television. It's addictive. So is drinking, cocaine. All that stuff's addictive. Choose your vices. Choose your problems. Osuna, anything different changes you think maybe from this?
Yes, sir. As we're talking to people in depth, we're going to slow down a little bit more and learn more about the person instead of talking too much about the what and how it works, but learn more about them.
Hey, listen, now I know the what. You don't start thinking I don't know the what. I know the script. I could talk to her about the script. I could talk if people have no shows. If you ever have no show, Brandy, do you know what to do? If you have a bunch of no shows, Brandy, what's probably the easiest way to fix it?
More tie downs.
What do you mean by that? What's the tie down?
the number on the house. Is it on the house? Is it on the mailbox? Is it on the street? I'm going to be driving this color car. My name is this. Here's your case number.
What does that do psychologically? What is that doing?
It solidifies the appointment, lets them know in their brain that I'm coming, they're expecting me. It makes it more real in their world, as if it's a done deal.
Yeah. See, let me tell you something. You will have people, there's people on here going like, how'd she know that? I don't know. She's just smart, I guess. But Brandy, you tell new people that, it blows their mind. Like I was talking to this guy yesterday. He said, I had like 4 no-shows. I said, let me ask you this. Did you ask them to describe their house? Nope. Did you ask them where the number of the house is? Nope. I said, bro, that'll work. All you got to do is just get them to describe the scenario. Another, Brandy, you don't know if you heard this, you may have, is if I'm coming off of 40, Highway 40, can you give me the general directions? I don't trust GPS.
I like that.
Huh?
I like that.
It'll mess them up. They'll be there. Or they'll say, oh, I forgot we got a softball game. We won't get home till 9. Because it gets them to picture you coming down the road to their house. Now they know you're coming. Just like you said, they know I'm really coming. So I know the how, Osuna, Paul. I do it. And if I'm talking to somebody after I've talked to them about the kids and setting an example and the million things that had to happen for them to get the lead, and they're honest people that need this coverage, I want to get all the psychological stuff, but I know the how to. I know how to stack up your leads. I know how to get your phone organized, get your water right there, and just focus. I teach them that too. I teach them everything. You say, well, I thought you wanted to get underneath them. I do. I'm trying to get deep. Oh, this is the last thing I want to tell y'all. Then y'all got to get off here because I'm already in overtime. I am expensive. Paul, this is what I'm going to say to you, Paul. It's a combination, Paul Roberts. I know you know this, but I'm going to remind you. Trying to get deep fast and also teaching selling. Don't stop and just stay there and teach them and don't go deep. And also don't go 12 deep and don't teach anybody to sell. Or another way to say it in a positive way is when you get a person selling, get underneath them 12 deep and teach everybody how to sell. And the ones you like the most, try to push a little harder on them. What do you mean like? Like if you like them, like they're nice people and you think they're good, honest people and they're sincere, I would spend more. So I go 12 down. Or if you get 15 people in a group, you want to teach how to sell and go deep. I think it's the toughest thing about it. I was telling Jeff Bright, if I cook you a ribeye steak, I promise you it will be primo. If I try to bake you a potato, and especially if I do twice bake, it could go wrong. If I try to fix you a salad with carrots and tomatoes and dressing, something's going to jack up. And if I try to do another veggie, that's the way people are. They're trying to Facebook, do a little, what do you call it? Football thing, magic football, professional football, when you draft them and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about. They try to drink. Okay. They try to keep up with their drinking. They try to keep up with 3 girlfriends or 1 wife and a girlfriend, or 1 wife and like my man Eric's got 7 kids. It's very difficult. The more things you're trying to keep up with, it's very difficult. I want you to keep up with 2. I don't want you to forget your God. I want you to keep your God in mind and keep your wife in mind. Sell and recruit. I should say sell, recruit, and build. But what I'm talking about here is get them selling and get underneath. Like it's like obsession. With what I'm talking to Brandon, we can't stop driving depth, and we got to keep teaching them every single basic. And this is me telling them how to not get no-showed 12 deep. You say, well, if you're 12 deep, what's Dennis Lyons going to do? He's got 8 other legs he can work. And by the way, he can still work the one I'm in it. But they got to get it from me, Avian. And the deeper you can start a fire, Avian, the more fire you're going to have. I mean, it gets crazy. So it's sell and build. Get them to sell and build. You say, well, I got to sell a little bit. Okay. So you got to sell, recruit, and build. That's 3 things you got to do. Obsession. Okay. All right. Hope this helped. Mike Marisi, I had every intention of jumping on your group first And talking about, Jermaine came to the office yesterday and met me.
I know, dude. He wrote up his first app yesterday. So, heck yeah. Fired up about it, man.
On Thursday afternoon on the way to the football game, I worked with Mike Mauricio an hour working in his depth. And then Jermaine, I met him yesterday.
Yeah, fired up about him.
Thursday to Monday. And by the way, he's 3 deep under Mike. And nobody else. Adam ain't sold. Cecil ain't sold. Jermaine's the first one.
Boom.
He wouldn't even contract it Thursday. Right?
Yeah. No, that's right.
Crazy and effective.
That's awesome.
He's the first one. I got one dude 69 wide. I got another guy who's 5 wide in 1 week. And when I saw that, I was like, easy pickings. And now Jermaine's the first one to write business in that group.
Yeah, Cecil's got more guys coming.
I bet he does.
with him. So, we're
and
fired
Adam
up.
too. Adam texted me. You know Adam had a plane?
Yeah.
He got a plane and a pilot's license.
I know.
And he lives right here.
Yeah, I know.
His plane will fit inside my wing.
Yeah, it's not like yours.
But it flies. Like
It does
100 some miles an hour. Like I think 100, maybe 99. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But he pops around on it. But I'm trying to debate. No, my insurance probably won't let me do it. But he could do it. He could fly around. If I was you, I would do it. You're young. You'll bounce. You hit the ground. Bounce. I'm old. I'll break. Okay. Hey, he's got a guy who got a plane in his group building. Take advantage of that. I think he lives in Bradenton.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Got a few guys out there. Ben, Jeff's in St. Pete. Nolan's in St. Pete. And then Cecil's over here. He's moving to Destin, but I've been chatting with him a lot. He's got guys all over now.
Is Travis in Tampa?
Travis is in Polk County. I think he's in Lake Wales.
Y'all see how obsessed I am?
Yeah.
This psycho. I admit it. And that's how I live. If you heard my next 12 days of my life, you would be like, what? Like, crazy, I know. That's why I did it. All right, Brandy, get after it. It'll work for you. If it worked for me, I promise you, it might even work better for you. Paul Roberts, thank you for being on here. What an incredible team. Congratulations. Love y'all. Bye.
Record.